Is it true when it comes to nature? And if one can refer to nature, that it, let's say human nature, or if we look at nature itself, humans, the oneness, the oneness, ness in the English sense, ness. I didn't say ness or nas, but in the state, the quality in being, state, the quality of the condition of our being, or being human. The comfort of a nest of a bird, a, a temporary home, shelter, a human necessity for humans, shelter, a nurturing, a family upbringing, some will call it an institution, or marriage as an institution, even though I'm not so much talking about marriage, I'm just talking about where the learning takes place in a particular home or an environment. I think that some people in their living environment are more at peace with their living environment and as well as with themselves. And I think one should be respectful of that, of others are who living environment is not as conducive for them to be nurtured and to be at peace. And how do you try to how can an individual or anyone assist that particular individuals or individuals who living environment is not one that is at peace, and he or she is not at peace with him or herself over an extended amount of time. There are pockets of peace, if I may use that, or times of peace for that particular individual in that particular environment. He or she may find some peace um, with him or herself through external means, or rather than me using uh, drugs or what have you, in trying to uh, compensate for the peace that he or she does not have in its living environment, and other things as well. It could lead to uh, some form of criminal activity, because I think it is a crime that one uh, does not is not at peace with himself or as well as his living environment, because each individual has self worth and has value. I say that I always try to promote the value of self worth. Worth is in a degree, but it's not in the value. So in the degree is the temperature, and it has something to do with one's temperament as it pertains to one's attitude, and we're talking about one being coherent. And I know that I'm not as coherent as I would like to be, because I still have a lot of ambition, a lot of drive. And I know I can interact with people who are more at peace with themselves and their living environment. And it is difficult for me to possibly interact with them in being at my best. Yes. And the flip side is that people may be at their best when it comes to the living arrangement, their living environment, that they are at peace. They may not, cannot do anything about the other individual whose living environment is not as peaceful as the one, as peaceful as the other individual environment whose living environment is at peace, who's at peace. And that's where the chasm and the frustration and the animosity, a lot of I guess disappointments, if I may use that language, comes into play. But what is the basis of this expression? I realize that if, as being human, that which is sent down, that is down, which means something that is high, just using conceptually, don't necessarily mean that it's factual. Although that which is figuratively don't mean that it's applicable. But making a point, sent from somewhere, one's previous understanding, coming from a previous understanding when it comes to one's order, duty, and responsibility as a family, as a community. Yes. And as humans, we're still learning how to become humans. I mean, be a better human being, And so that which is sent down is oneness. The state, the quality, and the being, the state or the condition or the quality of your being, your well-being, and that's in pursuit of your well-being. Some say is the Constitution that says in pursuit of happiness. Some say it's in pursuit of wealth, but it said, well, I know that some would say that your wealth is your health. Some, individual, the sum total of the whole. So just summing things up, rounding things off when I use the word sum. One's motivating factor is well-being, is his health, happiness. And happiness is the joy that you feel when you are in pursuit of your potential. So to become aware of our potential in human relations, in human relationship, the oneness has been sent down. Setting down, confronting that which is right before us. The human relations is the way we come to a particular understanding of ourselves, how we process our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, how we process information as well, how we process what we see, what we engage, what we interact in our interaction with socially. Yeah, so what which is sent down is because nature comes to awaken our conscious, and then therefore we become responsible for our actions. It is in nature. It is our human nature, what is in the human nature, to be awakened, to awaken, to be aware of his or her potential, to be responsible when it comes to that which is sent down for us to be one, a community. And that is our strength, because the human relations is the way we connect, and the relationship is the connection itself. To what? To being one, the responsibility to be one. And that is our strength conceptually. And to be one conceptually, the relationship of oneness is our strength conceptually. And realize that if a person is not at peace with himself in his environment, then and what little strength that he or she does have, and what little peace that he or she does have, and even if you have more strength than the other individual, people will come at your strength. They will come after your strength. They want your strength, because they themselves, the other party, is not as strong as you are. And this is when humility comes into play. And this is when genuine people who are a model knows these things, and then they give others strength. But yet we must realize here that there is strength and weaknesses that each individual have. So when we are one, we understand the strengths that another has and the weakness that another person has. So we compensate with our strength as one, as a community, for the other weakness, and don't make the other person to become weaker. And when the other person becomes weaker, that he or she starts to feel more degraded and more devalued, and then he or she will naturally act out. So you want to be in an environment with knowing around a group of people understand the responsibility to be one, and that is their strength. And in doing so, when you deal with male and female, it is continued by how one the strength, the responsibility is our strength conceptually, and then we have to realize how the weakness of another, how it is to be received. How do we receive the strengths? How do we receive the weaknesses? Each other weakness. How do we receive it? So we must be and not be at odds with one another, and be gender neutral, which means something that is suitable for the application of understanding the importance of being one, with the responsibility of that which is sent down, that which we have been sent down as humans to be one, to be a common humanity. Until next time, talk to you.